It's easy to feel overwhelmed by all the prenatal vitamins currently available. So, what are the main ingredients you should be looking for? I'm Sunny Galt with the New Mommy Media Network, and we'll find out what ingredients doctors recommend right after this break. Hi, everyone. I'm Sunny Galt with the New Mommy Media Network, and we're partnering with Pregnancy Magazine to answer the question, what ingredients should be in my prenatal vitamin? And our expert today is Dr. Anthony Lissy. He's a family practice physician with Diamond Physicians, and they focus on proactive rather than reactive medicine. So, Dr. Lissy, thanks so much for being with us today.
Sunny, thanks for having me.
All right, so can we use the same prenatal vitamin throughout pregnancy, or do we have to vary the type of vitamins we're taking?
Typically, it's safe to use the same prenatal vitamin throughout pregnancy. There are some new formulations coming to market that allow us to actually customize what women may need for their specific pregnancy issues they're dealing with, such as an early first trimester prenatal vitamin that maybe has a support for nausea, or some that have some support for gastrointestinal or digestive issues. There's also prenatal vitamins now that have extra folic acid or extra DHA or EPA, healthy essential fatty acids. And so we can really get fairly custom with our prenatal vitamin, but for most everybody, it's safe to be on the same one throughout pregnancy.
And what are some of the main ingredients that we really should be looking for? I know we need to look at the side of the label. What's actually in this, and what should we be looking for?
Yeah, so by law, anything marketed as a prenatal vitamin is going to have a core vitamin group, and that's going to include folic acid. Folic acid is extremely important. This is one of the reasons why we always talk about getting on this early and staying on it and not missing doses. Folic acid is a essential nutrient that allows the neural tube, or basically the early origin of the spinal cord and brain in the fetus, to close appropriately and to develop where we're not having any kind of issues with brain and spinal cord down the line. So folic acid is imperative, and we do get that through supplementation. Iron is important. Iron is important to prevent any kind of pregnancy-associated anemia or low red blood count. Iron helps support our red blood cell production. Calcium for bone health, vitamin D for bone health, as well as many other things now that low vitamin D is being linked to, such as chronic disease in both mom and fetus. And finally, our essential fatty acids. So this is our EPA, our DHA, our omega-3s. Those are very, very important, and we're now finding a lot of evidence to back up the importance of adding these into our prenatal vitamin. These are going to help brain development, eye development, cell wall development in the fetus. And so we're really starting to push the essential fatty acids. They're being added in to many of the new prenatal vitamins. And, the ones that don't have that in there, we can still supplement with essential fatty acids. So make sure you're looking for essential fatty acids or omega-3s that have at least 220 milligrams of the EPA and 300 of the DHA. Those are the two main components of essential fatty acids that we need to have supplemented during pregnancy.
And how does this vary for moms who are pregnant with more than one baby? Because I actually fell into that category. And I know that my perinatologist increased my folic acid, I believe, and my iron. I'm low on iron anyway, but I know that was one change that I had to make. So how does that change if you're carrying 2, 3, whatever babies?
Yeah, it's very unique. As you mentioned, you were dealing with certain issues with iron and anemia, so you crank that up. It's fairly safe to say across the board you typically double the dosages of the folic acid specifically, and then again you kind of look at what the individual is dealing with to really customize everything else. But yeah, more often than not, in the multiple pregnancies, we're doubling up at least, if not more, in certain individual components.
What is it that makes some of these vitamins like upset our stomachs? Because I also fall into that category, and probably a lot of other moms do too. I was told is it the iron in it, or what is in it?
It can be the iron. Iron can be very upsetting to the stomach and also cause constipation issues, which are already a big issue in pregnancy for many other reasons. So the iron can certainly do that. A lot of the stuff that is part of the processing of these vitamins can just affect our stomach. We're not used to some of the materials that are used in processing and packaging of these capsules. So, during pregnancy, you're very prone to having any kind of irritation to the stomach as hormones rise throughout the body. Smells may make women nauseous. The sights or thoughts of food may make women nauseous. And so really, we have a very sensitive stomach during pregnancy. And so, just taking something every day on an empty stomach or maybe with not enough water can be very irritating. So, for those individuals that do have a sensitive stomach, I always encourage them to take it with plenty of water. Don't get those big pills stuck in your throat and then have that erode the esophagus and lead to even worsening issues. Take it with a little bit of food. It never hurts to take it with food, especially for those fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K. They're better absorbed with a healthy fat, obviously. So, if you're eating some avocado with breakfast, perfect time to take that prenatal vitamin.
Right. And taking it at nighttime, too. That was one of my tricks. Taking
Absolutely. Yeah. When you're sleeping, you're not going to be able to feel anything. So,
That's
good point.
right. All right. So when should we start taking these prenatals and when should we stop taking them?
Yeah, I always tell people that are trying to get pregnant, the second you even think about maybe wanting to get pregnant, start that prenatal vitamin. It's never too early to start. Take it all the way throughout pregnancy, and then throughout the postpartum period, especially if you're breastfeeding. I always tell my pregnant moms who plan on breastfeeding, as long as you plan on breastfeeding, plan on taking a prenatal vitamin, and then stop a few weeks after you stop breastfeeding. It's going to help milk production, and it's going to make sure that you're having the nutritional support to give your baby the nutritional support that they need. I have females who are on prenatal vitamins that aren't pregnant and haven't been pregnant for years because they find that it works well for them, makes them feel better, and it gives them those essential nutrients they may not be getting in their diet. They're very safe for women, whether they're pregnant or not.
And it can give you great hair and nails.
That's right.
I know
Absolutely.
that too, right? Awesome. All right. Well, Dr. Lissy, thanks so much for being with us today. If you guys want to check out more of our videos, you can do so over on our website at newmommymedia.com/pregnancy magazine. You can also download our free app, subscribe to our newsletters, and just get great information that will take you throughout your pregnancy.